We've talked about these situations in which pharmacists in some states can refuse to fill prescriptions based on conscience objections, right? If they have religious or moral objections to certain medications, they can say, I'm not going to fill this prescription for you. And this has happened in a really tragic and truly appalling way for a woman who had suffered a miscarriage, was unable to get the medically necessary drugs that her doctor ordered because the local Walmart pharmacist refused to fill it. About 5 weeks into her pregnancy, Brittany Cartret was told by her doctor that her child had not made it. And to avoid serious health consequences that can come with a miscarriage, you get two options. You have an invasive procedure which surgically removes the contents of the uterus, or you can do the same thing via a pill, which has the same effect but is less invasive. Understandably, she chose the pill. Unfortunately, she had a serious hard time trying to obtain that pill. She went to Walmart where the pharmacist refused to help her. Cartret talked about this incident that happened in Georgia, spoke about it with Georgia news station WGXA. Quote, so we made the decision not to do a DNC, which is that first invasive procedure I mentioned, and to get medicine. So he said, I'm going to give you this medicine. You'll take it and it will help you to pass naturally so that you don't have to have the more invasive route. The doctor's office called the Milledgeville Walmart to fill the prescription. They were told no and not given a reason. Quote, so we found another place to fill it, but I still had to go up and get another prescription. So when I went up to the original Walmart, she asked if I had any questions about this prescription. I said, no, I don't, but I do have a question about this other one. She looks at my name and she says, oh, well, I couldn't think of a valid reason why you would need this prescription. Mind you, this is a pharmacist, not a doctor. The pharmacist says, I can't think of a reason why you need this prescription. The unidentified pharmacist took it upon herself to refuse to fill the prescription that the doctor told the patient they needed. And the answer is all about personal beliefs. The drug is also used to induce abortions, and the pharmacist appears to have taken issue with giving out the drug, I guess in case that the woman was lying and was actually trying to have it for an abortion. I don't know. In any case, disgusting.
And this is actually legal there, right?
Yeah, Georgia's one of 6 states that have these conscience clauses, which let pharmacists not dispense medicine that they object to personally or religiously.
And, I think there's a lot of gray area there. There could be plenty of situations in which this type of confusion could lead to someone dying. I mean, it could happen, right?
Of course, yeah. When you open up when you give pharmacists this discretion to say, I don't want to give you this drug because I disagree with the method that is on paper, or with the condition that you're using this to treat, or I disagree with the conditions that this drug could be used to treat, even if they're off-label or even if it's not as prescribed. This is just a dangerous amount of latitude that's being provided. I actually think that the pharmacist should really take a stand. Forget about not dispensing the medication. You should be refusing to even work at pharmacies that carry the drug, right? If you truly object because of your religion, because of your conscience to this medication, don't work there and refuse to give it out. Your employer is stocking or making available this medication. You shouldn't be working there at all to really exercise your conscience and religious beliefs.
Yeah, it's an interesting system we have with pharmacies in this country. I mean, shouldn't the physicians who write these prescriptions have access to this medication? Should they be able to give it to you directly? I'm not really sure why we have the system we currently have.
It's pathetic. We have a system in place for determining what drugs are legal. We all have many complaints about the FDA, but it is a putative system. And if a drug is legal, a doctor is allowed to decide if that is the appropriate drug. To inject the personal beliefs of the pharmacist you happen to by chance have to deal with and allow that to be a potential impediment for a doctor to get their patients the drugs that they determine are the right ones and are approved by the FDA is ridiculous.
Right. And it's the states that are deciding whether or not that is legal to do in each individual case. Of course, I doubt there are many medical experts involved in those decisions.
Yeah. Increasingly, the problem we have in this country is that we have non-experts making laws about science and medicine and education, often influenced by their personal religious beliefs. It is very, very scary, and we need to be very, very vigilant about what's going on. We saw what happened with the textbooks in Texas. We've been following that. And it's very scary when religion, this sort of Christian version of Sharia law, starts to take hold in the United States. We'll take a break. Make sure to join us on our Reddit sub, davidpakman.com/Reddit, Reddit, where you can chat with us and discuss this and any other stories from the show with fellow David Pakman Show viewers.